Hi, Nicola, the Mission Mentor, founder of the Mission Mastery Academy. Now there's this interesting thing that shows up every time you start going in the general direction of discovering more about your purpose and stepping up to this next level of your mission. And it's this sneaky little thing called resistance. And it usually starts with the monkey mind or distractions. So little monkey mind will come in and go, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have enough time, I'm not ready yet, I've got to do this first, I've got to get that off my plate first, and then I can focus on my purpose, then I can answer the call. Or you might be going in a frenzy of how are you going to do everything, and what if this happens, and it just keeps you stuck at exactly where it is that you are. The next level will show up in distractions. Your family come to stay for 6 months. Somebody gets sick and then somebody else gets sick and then somebody else gets sick, and you choose to devote all your time and attention to that rather than juggling, between building your business and also taking care of your family, calling other people in to help you. Or distractions like the phone keeps ringing, technology keeps failing you. A whole lot of thing gets in the way, so that you're not in that process of moving forward to not only getting the clarity that you need, but also taking the action on it. So you keep following those distractions and listening to that monkey mind, and you never progress, you never get anywhere, and life doesn't amount to anything. And if you ignore the calling that's happening, then what happens is it begins to deliver itself back to you in a snowball effect way until it's screaming at you to actually take the kind of action that the soul is obviously requiring of you to expand and evolve at that time. Now I want to demonstrate how this works and how to get over it by telling a story that happened to me, very embarrassing story, many moons ago before I became the Mission Mentor. I was living in Byron Bay, working as a psychic business consultant and life purpose coach. But my soul was itching to travel more, do workshops and speak more, and I was getting messages that there is something else that is part of my business, part of how it is I'm supposed to be showing up in the world. And I ignored it because the monkey mind went, well, I can't travel because I don't have enough money. Let me make enough money first and then I'll go travel. And I can't go international for the workshops because how am I going to get the money to do the hotels? How am I going to get people there? What if nobody shows up? What if I lose money? And all of these what ifs and buts, and monkey mind full on in overdrive. And then I started getting really distracted by everything that was coming my way that required me to what I thought was to keep focusing on my survival, keep focusing on making the money, and then I can do it, then I can answer the call. Meanwhile, my soul was itching to expand and evolve to its next level of purpose, get out there and travel more. So what happened as I followed the distractions and I ignored the calling is that money started to dry up. That was the very thing I was focused on, and then it starts to dry up and I'm scratching my head going, I don't think that's supposed to be happening. And then an opportunity came to invest in myself, go overseas, and then really get my speaking workshop business off the ground, learn all of the how-tos that I didn't know how to do it, and I turned it down because there's no way I was going to be able to afford it. It was too far away and it was just too much at that time, given all of the other commitments that I had. So what happened is that soul delivered me the opportunity to travel, which is part of my purpose, and to speak by traveling a lot in my car. In fact, 3.5 hours twice a day. So that's 7 hours to go from Byron Bay all the way up to Noosa to deliver whatever it was I was delivering, either to a client or an opportunity to speak in front of a group of people. So this went on for 6 months, getting in the car, driving up to Noosa for 3.5 hours, delivering what I was delivering, turning around and driving back. So I was burning the candle at both ends of the day, 7 hours in my car. And I noticed every time I got in the car to go north, to travel that 3.5 hours, I'd actually get a bit happy. And it was like, yay, road trip! Because I really love road trips. Now that didn't happen when I got in the car to go down the road to see a friend or go do shopping or just, travel half an hour. But because it was this long travel, I was getting excited. And the closer I get to Noosa, I noticed my spirit would lift. And I started recognizing that my soul really wanted me to travel. It is one of the primary ways that I love to express myself, ironically enough. And the soul wasn't getting enough opportunity to do it, so it was figuring out a way to do it any way it could so that it could get fed that evolution and the expansion that came with it. 1 week, I did 2 7-hour trips from Byron Bay to Noosa and back in one day. 3 days later, the exact same trip. And when I came home, I was completely exhausted. I got a cold. I didn't feel well. I couldn't get out of bed. I was really heavy. And then finally I realized I have to actually step up and travel the way my soul is really born to travel, which is to get out there, travel more, do more workshops, and do some speaking. Within 24 hours, I kid you not, another opportunity comes for me to invest in myself, go overseas, and put the foundation together for my speaking business. And this time I pounced on it. But I didn't have the money for the ticket, for the air ticket. I just had enough money for the course. And I'm going, how on earth am I going to do it? 3 weeks out, the money still hadn't showed up for the ticket. And I'm sweating bricks. And so I started applying a lot more energy, right? I really went, this is something that I want. So I hustled, I applied energy, I made calls, I spoke to more people instead of just sitting there waiting for it to shift and come my way. And then within 48 hours of actually bringing the money in and committing to the airline ticket, even though I still hadn't bought my hotel and I didn't have the money for the hotel, I made 2 really big sales online, which was like, phew, things started rolling. I could do it and I made it really easy. But that wouldn't have happened had I had not hustled and applied more energy. And as it turned out, it was a fantastic trip, learned a lot, but I also took home some clients and also some joint venture partners, which really launched me internationally as the mission mentor. And then I committed to doing the workshop. And even though I only had 4 people show up, as a result, one of those people became my very first high-end client. And I moved to Noosa eventually because my spirit was just so happy there. I thought, wow, I think this is where it wants to be. So I backed it up and I moved there. What I learned from this was that as much of the clearing and the healing work I was doing on my negative beliefs to try and get flow in my business, I wasn't taking enough right action. I wasn't applying enough energy. And this is law. In fact, it's Ohm's Law. I call it the law of resistance because it governs how much flow happens as a result of the relationship between energy and resistance. There's lots of different equations for Ohm's Law. We're going to use this one. Essentially, what we're talking about is the amount of current that flows through a circuit is in direct relationship between how much energy is applied, that's the voltage, and how much resistance is present. That's the light bulb. So if you let resistance go, the current's going to flow, right? And then if you apply too much energy, the current or the circuit's going to blow. It's going to get too scattered. So there needs to be a relationship between energy and resistance. And that's good news. It doesn't mean to say you have to get rid of resistance in order for things to flow. Resistance gives the current direction. This is the missing link for a lot of people. They think that all they need to do is let go of resistance and things are going to flow, forgetting you also need to take right action. You need to apply energy. So whether you're wanting to bring in more clients or make more money, get over the financial situation that you're in, get out there and affect a larger number of people, make a greater impact, have more influence. Whatever it is that you're wanting, yes, remove resistance, but you need to apply more energy. As you apply more energy and the current begins to flow, serendipity begins to flow, you'll then start to see that momentum. It'll pick up momentum. And if you're stuck or stagnating, you're just not applying enough action or energy. You're not applying enough of the right action. There needs to be more involved. You're probably still sitting back trying to figure it out in your head before you take action, when action is going to help you. It's going to go a long way to igniting the law of attraction. And after all, the last 6 letters in the law of attraction is action. Apply more energy. Now, if you found this helpful, love for you to subscribe to my channel or like me on Facebook, Instagram, whichever platform you are watching this, so that you can get more on how it is that we can use the laws of nature, all of the laws of nature, not just the law of resistance or the law of attraction, to build our business, to create more flow and momentum as we grow through the evolution of our purpose. You'll get more of these great tidbits and videos that I'm going to upload. And if you'd like to learn more about building a mission-driven business aligned to these laws of nature so that you can build in that magnetic attractor factor for your business, you can head on over to my course, Purpose to Profit Kickstarter, and the link is below this video. I'd love for your comments, feedback, and go put some energy in. Go apply some energy. Come back and tell me what happened as a result of that. So remember, when you want flow and it's not happening, yes, remove resistance, but also apply more energy than the resistance is present. So the more resistance you've got, apply more energy. And you can start lowering the amount of energy that you put in once you've lowered the resistance. But don't wait until you've cleared all of the resistance, because it doesn't work that way. They both work hand in hand to create that flow. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.